welcome back to Kaumshala. I am Megha, channel host and your dost. Today we are going to discuss about Section 3 of the Companies Act 2013 and the relevant rules made thereunder. Basically, it speaks about one-person company, that is OPC. So let's begin. So first, it speaks about the formation of a company. So a company is formed for any lawful purpose. So a company can be of three types: public company, private company and one-person company. Public company is formed when 7 or more people unite together. Private company is formed when 2 or more people unite together. And one-person company, as the name suggests, formed by only one person. So in a public company you need minimum 7 people, in a private company you need minimum 2 people, and one-person company only one person is enough. So secondly, it speaks about the limits. That means a company may either be limited by shares or limited by guarantee or maybe an unlimited company. So basically today we are going to discuss about only one-person companies. So one-person company is a company which is incorporated as a private company by a single person. So basically one-person company comes under private category only, but it is incorporated by a single person. So who can incorporate an OPC? Only a natural person who is a citizen of India, whether resident or not, can incorporate an OPC. So basically resident in India means a person who has stayed in India for a period of not less than 120 days in the immediately preceding financial year. So for this we need to see only the immediately preceding financial year, and the number of days that has to be counted is 120 days. So basically it speaks that he has to be an Indian citizen, no matter he is resident or not. Second thing is, minor cannot be a member of an OPC. That means a person who has not attained the age of 18 years cannot be a member, cannot incorporate an OPC. Next thing which this section talks about is a nominee of OPC. Now nominee. OPC is a concept in which a single person, incorporates a company. He himself handles a company, overcomes all the pros and cons, everything he does alone. So obviously being a natural person, he is exposed to certain uncertainties. That is death or illness or anything, So that is why a nominee is required in an OPC. In the event of death of that sole person, that nominee will become the member of the company. So the person who incorporates the one-person company has to nominate someone who, in the event of his death or incapacity, can become the member of that OPC. For that, a consent needs to be taken from that person in form INC-3. So as in, I incorporate an OPC and I can't name anyone as my nominee, right? I have to take his or her consent also. The other person should consent that in my death or incapacity, he or she should be ready to take care of my OPC. So that consent will be in form INC-3. So being a natural person, it can happen, that some dispute or something arises. So in that case, suppose some discrepancy or dispute happens between me and my nominee. So that nominee has full rights to withdraw his or her consent. In this case, the nominee has to give a written notice to me and to the OPC also that he or she wants to withdraw his consent and does not want to continue as the nominee. After receiving this letter, I have to nominate another person within 15 days. Again, his or her consent will be taken in INC-3. Now, within 30 days of receiving that notice, within 30 days, we have to file one form INC-4 with the Registrar of Companies, informing him of this withdrawal. First scenario was nominee was withdrawing his consent on his own. Now, second scenario would be that I, being the sole member, can remove that person from the nominee position. So I can also do so. I'll give him or her the notice and remove him from the nominee position, and I can nominate some other person after getting some other person's consent. And for this again we need to file INC-4. For any change in nominee we need to file INC-4 with the Registrar of Companies. Another thing which comes into picture is one person cannot act as the member and nominee at the same time. That means suppose one OPC is here. So a person Ram can be a member in this OPC. He himself cannot be a nominee in this OPC. He can be a nominee in some other OPC. Okay, but he can be a member in one, a nominee in one. That's it. Not more than these two designations he can hold. And in a single OPC, he can hold only one designation, that is either member or nominee. Now suppose Ram is a member in OPC 1 and he is a nominee in OPC 2. So he already takes care of OPC 1, right? And OPC 2 some other person takes care. And that other person of OPC 2 dies. Now, being by virtue of Ram's being nominee of OPC 2, he automatically becomes a member there, right? So now in OPC 1 and OPC 2, in both Ram is the member. So this is not allowed. Now, a time frame of 180 days has been provided. In this 180 days, Ram has to choose either one of the companies to continue as a member, and again he can be a nominee in some other OPC. Now, as in the previous example, the member of the OPC 2 dies and Ram automatically becomes a member there. So now there is no nominee, right? Ram has become the member. Now Ram has 15 days time to appoint some other nominee. So basically the whole concept of one person company is that a single person can incorporate a company himself. He just has to nominate a person as his nominee who in case of his death or incapacity will become a member. That nominee upon becoming a member has 15 days time to appoint some other person as nominee. Okay. And if that person is already a member in one OPC, then by virtue of his being nominee in another OPC, if he becomes a member in this also, he can't continue in two OPCs. He has to select one OPC within 180 days. In case of any change in nominee, we have to intimate to the Registrar of Companies in INC-4. So this was the whole concept of one person company. I hope I have made this section very clear. Please do share it with your friends and be connected. Thank you so much.